5 p.m. Rollout for a 200-member task force in the Los Angeles Police Department's War on Street Gangs.
Who do you hang out with?
These guys.
What gang?
It is force versus force.
Nobody has any idea. Nobody has nothing.
Versus anything or anyone.
You hear some commotion out here a little while ago?
That even hints of gang activity.
Sit down. Sit down. Cross your feet.
Sergeant J.J. May has been fighting youth gangs for 10 years.
Stick your feet out. Ross, my philosophy is if you're involved in gang activity and you get caught dirty and you violated the law, there's no free walks. You go to jail.
In neighborhoods just outside the Los Angeles city limits, the sheriff's anti-gang unit also hits the street, seeking clues to disorganized crime.
You guys know anything about the shooting?
No.
Did you hear about a shooting? Curly, you never heard about a shooting? It's your neighborhood, man.
I know.
Let me ask you, would you tell me if you did? Straight out.
If I did, I'll tell you.
Okay, you know why?
Why?
You'd be real honest. You'd be real honest. You said, look.
Covering hundreds of square miles, Jerry Caono and his colleagues, city and county, encounter in all an estimated 600 different gangs.
Told you the other day, you got to get off the corner. You're going to get shot again.
We like to go around our areas when the light is out, the sun is up, give us a feel for foot traffic we might expect for later on in the evening. Tonight being anticipated being a warm night, we're going to have a lot of foot traffic, going to be a lot of parties, going to be a lot of cocaine dealing. What's up, man? What's happening tonight? We get out here and we do a lot of serious talking with young people. We, at the same time, are gathering intelligence.
Whose car is this?
You don't have any knives or guns on you, do you? How come you're not at your house where you're supposed to be?
I was in my house a while ago.
Put your hands in the car, hon.
You're getting older. I almost don't recognize you anymore.
Last time I saw you, you told me that you were going to go to Louisiana. What happened?
In neighborhoods rife with drug dealing and violent rivalries, suspicion is everywhere.
Hey, my man, is this your car?
The wrong car, the wrong face, in the wrong neighborhood.
Now, if your sister has no job and you got no job, things must be pretty good with a lotto game, huh? Hey, my man, how much money you got back here? $2,100, just in case. Bags for what? Maybe narcotics for sales or something. A lot of money for a man with no job.
What kind of case you got going that you need $2,100 for?
For my lawyer.
What type of case?
Being in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Well, what kind of case? Don't bullshit this guy.
Drug case?
For what, sales? For what? Just for possession?
2 of the men were arrested but later released with no charges filed.
Where you going?
Hey, where you going? Oh.
Critics contend that sweeps for gang members often border on harassment.
Every time I drive, boom, pull over, get out, knees down, hands up. I know the routine.
Christopher, what's this used for? Let me guess. You're a mailman and you beat the dogs off.
No,
with
an
this,
old
huh?
friend of mine's left that in the car and he used it for fighting. You can throw it over the wall. I don't have to use that. I got my.
Now you know why we started searching your car. Look at the way
You talk very tough to them. Very tough to them. Could you talk that way to citizens in Beverly Hills?
I don't have that problem with citizens in Beverly Hills, you know. Down here, if you talk nice to them and slap them on the hand a little bit, they're just going to walk around a corner and do something else, you know.
Okay, you guys got the message, right? Yeah. Move these cars and then move your bodies. I don't want to see none of you tonight. None of you.
These guys think they're warriors out here. And much like soldiers or warriors, they'll protect their territories.
Look straight ahead, young man. Look down there at the beach. You got no weapons tonight, huh? How old are you now?
14.
14. You're starting out kind of young, aren't you? Huh?
You guess so?
What do you mean you guess so? Yes or no?
Yes. I ain't no gang ranger, though.
What is this?
Huh? No, they just, some of the 60s want me to dress like this.
Why?
Huh? They want me to be a gang ranger.
They want you to be a gang member, so they tell you to dress like this?
The low-slung baggy pants is typical gang fashion.
Are you going to attend his funeral? Huh? You are? You think it's necessary, you know, that he has a young funeral, huh? What school do you go to?
Not far away the next night, A drive-by shooting. 3 injured in the latest violent game of tit for tat.
This guy's got a shot to the right temple area. Looks like
They say anything?
Nope.
Come on, straight out. You know what's up.
They didn't claim no set.
Did
I don't
this
know
car
who it
drive
was.
by earlier?
Nope.
Anybody throwing any signs?
Nope, I ain't never seen it.
The final toll for our 48 hours will be 196 arrested,
Yeah, we're going to get tough. We're going to get tougher.
4 dead.
And if it takes fear, if they fear us, fine. And that's let them fear us.
Really, I joined the gang because it seemed that was the main thing like going on. It's like a style among our own.
On the street, they call him Sad. The day we caught up with him, he was visiting some old friends at the cemetery.
Well, you know what? How many people in this
I
cemetery?
got at least 5 people buried here, at least 5 at the most.
At least five of your friends?
Yes, sir. At least 5.
Kids?
You know, they was young. They died pretty young.
What are we talking
Early
about?
20s, maybe 19, early 20s.
Gang?
You know.
Gangs? All of them?
Yeah, all of them.
How'd it happen? Would they get shot?
Shot and killed.
What is that? You got a tombstone there on your arm?
Yes, sir. That's like a memorial to my homeboys that all had died, you know. So I feel, you know.
So these are
They all deceased from gang activity. I always think of it.
really?
I always think of dying. I get up every day thinking like that. For the simple fact, if you don't, that's when you seem to lose your life, when you ease up on the fact that you know, that you can't die not so early, you understand me?
Mm-hmm.
When you ease up on, that's when the most of the time it seems like you go. That's what we call, that's the term we use, is slipping, you know what I mean?
Slipping.
Slipping mean ain't being aware of what could possibly take place on any given day.
So when you wake up, you think about that, you really mean it that way?
I really mean that's the only way I feel I can live as long as I can. You know what I'm saying?
It's not a neighborhood of tenements and back alleys and tipped-over garbage cans. It's a community of private houses and nice lawns. Not the place you imagine when you imagine a war zone. But this is home turf for some of the Crips and the Bloods, 2 of LA County's most vicious gangs.
LA police are getting their orders as they prepare for another assault on street gangs.
Beach Avenue, but that was before the Los Angeles Police Department declared war on street gangs in the city, and before a shooting Wednesday night,
low. It's dust low.
All right, hold on. Let me just ask you a question. Why are you guys Bloods? Why are you in the gangs?
Why is we in the gang? I guess because the area we grow up in, man. Everybody go in that area, man. Everybody follow the same line. BGs grow up to be OGs, little niggas.
His gang name is Dusty Loke.
What's up, bro? What's up, beat that?
Short for Dusty Loco, Crazy Dusty. He is a Blood wearing the blood color, red. Dusty is a gang banger, which is what they call you when you've been allowed in as a full-time active gang member.
What is that? OGs, BGs?
OG. Baby gangsters.
Baby gangsters.
Call us BG.
Now you're proud of the fact that you're in the gang.
From Lime Hood, yeah.
From Lime Hood, but you're proud of the fact that you're Blood.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Why?
Yeah.
Because I'm down. I'm down for it. Because I'm a true. I come from the heart.
But why be in a gang? What's in it for you?
What's in it?
I mean, you can get killed, right?
Yeah.
Well, you mean some of your friends been killed?
Yeah.
So
For the simple cause.
what's the simple cause?
Of being a Blood. Going down with the Bloods. That's how we feel. We die, it's like we go kill one of them. One of them die, because they down for it. They'll get took out.
And then guess what happens after one of them die?
And they come back. And then it's a feud until they don't want no more, until everybody just drop it. But ain't nobody gonna drop it.
Now, you're willing to die for whatever this cause is?
if that's what it takes.
Yeah, I'm not saying you want to. I'm saying you
No,
would.
I don't want to. But if somebody riled up on me and take me out, I guess it was my time to go like that. But ain't nobody did it yet, so I guess it ain't my time to go.
How old are you?
I'm 17.
I won't say and other than that, it ain't no difference at all.
See, I'm telling you now, don't be crazy. I tell you about my homeboy's name was Avery. He was standing on the corner. The crowds rolled by, the crowds rolled out, but I don't know why. You see, he stood there because he thought it was a climb. They rolled out his name and they said, let's try it. They pulled out the gat and they pulled the trigger, but Avery looked back and his eyes got bigger. He tried to run, but for
I asked them, was they going, and they said no, and I told them, y'all, because I should turn around and shoot you. And I got
Sylvia Nunn, 25. She was as bad as any of the guys in the gangs, probably worse.
You shot somebody once, right?
I don't know whether I shot him or not. I'm not going to necessarily say that my bullet was the one that hit that person. You know, at that time, I kind of pretty much hoped it did. You know, there were quite a few of us from my area that went out to shoot up another gang. There were 2 of us had the same kind of gun. And the bullet that they found in her did come from the type of gun that I was using. But like I said, there was also a guy who had the same kind of gun, so I can't necessarily say it was me who shot her or him who shot her. And to be frankly, I don't even care, you know.
That was gang related?
No, my brother had got shot. You know, it's like if they shoot my brother, I don't give a damn, you know.
What happened to the woman?
She was pregnant at the time. She lost her baby. I guess she's okay today. I don't know. I haven't seen her since that happened. Today, I don't feel good about all that though, you know. Today, I don't feel good about that at all. I think about it today, whether you believe me or not, it's like constantly, you know, I ask God for forgiveness, you know. Because if hell is any worse than this here, I sure don't want to go. So, it's gonna come a time when you're gonna have to think about a change. We study dying, man.
I know, but when you...
But even if the Crips came and they say, okay, we ready to hang this, would you be willing? Come on now, would you be willing?
Today, she's retired with her honorary OG title, Original Gangster. She spends a lot of time now trying to talk sense to gang kids.
Man, get away from this man's car. You wait, man, get away from this. Get away from this man's car. You gonna buy
The violence is about turf and gang colors and sometimes drug deals gone bad. It feeds on revenge. They can be cold and ruthless, no question about that. But sometimes it's more complicated. Dusty Loco let us into his house. In here, he's simply Bruce, a 17-year-old kid hoping to get into college on a football scholarship.
I hope some people look at me the way I'm playing and help me out for what I'm trying to do. I think I want to be a star in football playing. That's what I want to do.
Dr. Jekyll, say hello to Mr. Hyde.
Yeah, this Parole, that's enough, blood.
As for Sag, he's 26, a Crip. He's been in and around gangs since he was 10. He says he's tired and sad.
I am sad because, you know, we done got too far out of hand now, and I feel doomsday. It's for real. I feel it. You know, killing is not the solution, especially when it's going to be another one after that. You know what I'm saying?
Avery didn't live because he gave his life to give, because he didn't have no kid, he didn't have no pop. His name was DJ Avery, and his mom was never stop and take it out.
Movement. Oh, God, if there was a time we need you now. We need you. We ask you right now, Lord, to save and sanctify. Up at home! Up at home! Down with dope! Down with dope! Up at home! Down with dope!
Charles Mims takes his ministry to the streets of Watts. He knows the streets because he comes from the streets.
I was an alcoholic. I eat out of garbage can, drank rubbing alcohol. I was lower than you've ever been. I belong here. This is where I live. So I see and feel the pain of my people. And that's really what the ministry is all about. We're trying to stop the gang violence and gang murder and that. You don't belong to the gang, do you? And you're not going to join a gang, are you? This is a hotbed that would produce young gang members. The young gang leader told me, So the reason I'm in a gang, this is my family, these are my friends, and we're here because we help each other, we support each other, we can rely on each other. In the home, there's no work. In the home, there's no man. The mother usually is in the home by herself. She's on welfare, and she's been on welfare for 2 or 3 generations. She's a product of that. She probably is either on dope or hustling from one way or the other, generally speaking. Even if she's working and she's a good woman, it's hard to make ends meet.
Yeah, we'll go.
These people are killing themselves. They're killing their relatives, their friends, and their comrades. But it's out of frustration. There's no rhyme or reason. They're frightened, and they're lost, and they have no hope.
How do you sell drugs?
Ain't no better way.
No better way?
No better way.
So you tell me out of all the money soaking around, you can't get money no other way than drugs. How about everybody else here?
Ain't no way you can hang out with your friends, make money, and have a good time.
How much can you make a day?
If you stay out here, $300-400 a day.
The moral fabric in Los Angeles is broken down. There's no sense of morality. There's no thou shalt nots. There's no stop signs. Anything goes.
You know, they tell me it was a mistake shooting, but my baby's not going to get up and say, well, Mama, it was a mistake. It's all over, you know. That part of me is gone, you know, and I didn't have her, and I didn't bring her in this world for somebody to shoot her down like a dog.
When we met Charlotte Austin, she was living in a precinct of South Central Los Angeles where 47 murders had taken place in less than 5 months. Her 13-year-old daughter, Jamie, was one of the victims, shot 3 days earlier.
I was in the kitchen and I heard the screaming.
What did you think?
On the way down there, I'm just like, please, Lord, don't let this be Jamie. Just anybody but Jamie, please, you know. And I'm just thinking all the time, you know, she shouldn't have went. I shouldn't have let her. Just all kind of stuff was running through my mind. When I got to Jamie, they were just laying there. You know, her head was kind of slumped to the side, and I could see the red. She had a white blouse on, and I could see the red on her blouse.
Bullet wounds?
Uh-huh. Blood. It was blood.
It was a case of mistaken identity. Gang members were out gunning for the sister of an enemy drug dealer who drives a red car. Jamie and her girlfriend were in a red car that night.
Put your hands down from your faces, please.
Police say the men charged with the murder belong to the Crips.
We are ready to make a plea right now.
It is war. It's a drug war. It's a black on black war. You know, it hurts me to see my little beautiful black brothers could just kill each other, mow each other down like they're nothing. Like their life is of no value at all.
You're a hostage in this neighborhood, aren't you?
Yeah, in my own house. You know, you locked your front door, your kids are outside, you're peeking out, you're wondering, you know, play in the backyard, go to the store quickly as you can, don't stop for anybody, come right back. I'm moving from here. I can't live in this house. Now I won't even have the opportunity to see Jamie's first boyfriend. She had a telephone boyfriend, you know, he never came to the house, but they were on the phone. I'll never see her first boyfriend. I'll never see her prom, you know, her none of these things. I had a lot of plans for her. This is the last time I'm gonna see her. I wish, you know how you just wish you could just hug them. Yeah, I feel like I haven't had enough hugging her. I'm empty. Like, you know, it's still some love there that I want to give her, and I can't. You know, I wish I could tell her how much I really, really loved her. I love you, baby. Oh, baby, oh, baby. Oh, Mama, go miss you to me.
These are the real victims, the ones who are left behind to struggle with the day-to-day life, trying to go on with their lives without that person. They are my victims, and they are the ones that I try to put their lives back together for them.
You might call Norma Johnson a battlefield nurse of the gang wars. She's a victim's advocate for the city of Los Angeles.
In some cases, some families have been hit more than once with this tragedy. As hard as it may be believed, this kind of tragedy can strike a family more than one time.
He was the first one got killed November 13th, and Walter was the second one, February the 18th. Stacy was Good Friday, April the 1st. And Stacy and Ramona brothers.
Ann Dirks lost one grandchild, then another, and finally her son Walter. Gangs murdered all three within 6 months.
But I miss them so very much. We all do. Everybody in this house misses them. It just seems unreal for them not to be around.
This is Walter's little girl?
Yes.
His only daughter?
Yes.
His only child? Does she understand what's happening?
Yeah.
She does?
Yeah, because they were really close. He was to be 19 years old. I always taught him if he ever have a baby to love that baby and to spend time with it, and that's exactly what he did. He really loved her, and she loved him a whole lot. And she can, if you mention her daddy's name, she can show you who he is.
I mean, do you see these gang kids as monsters? Some of the other families say these are monsters, how they have no feelings. They're just killing people at will.
Well, I feel like they don't have any feelings. Maybe they haven't been loved or taught to be loved. That's the only thing I can say about it. Maybe they're missing love. And love could do a whole lot for a young kid. Because a lot of times kids feel like maybe their parents don't like them or nobody loves them. Then maybe they get out there and that's the reason why they do these things.
It takes a certain type of mentality to even gear your mind to kill somebody in cold blood, the way they've killed Mrs. Dirks' sons and grandsons and the two girls in the car Monday. There's a certain mentality that exists amongst that group of people, which, to me, I can't even equate it to being an animal. They are mutations.
Shall be his people, and God himself shall be with them.
Oh, man, ain't nobody gonna bring her back. Ain't nobody bring her back.
And God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow, nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain.
They're gonna die for them. I promise you this. They're gonna die for this.
During our 48 hours, Charlotte Austin buried her daughter, Jamie.
You know, everybody is realizing this is a tragic thing. And if it can help in stopping this or just awaken the world to what is really going on, you know, then I feel my baby she didn't die in vain.
Now see us through. See us through next week and make easy and successful our way. And God will give you all the praise and all the honor that does belong to you.
I would hate to see that she died for nothing, you know. It was just another shooting in South Central Los Angeles.
Convert to 450 gang activity, 246 Albatross Avenue.
Remember you're never too old. Remember you're never too bold.
I just see. Let me tell you, gangbang is a gang of black brothers trying to make it, man.
So, like, if you need some help or something, they're the ones who come right there and help you.
Around here, people take care of each other.
Gangbanging ain't gonna end, man. You can't end gangbanging, man.
It's not the point of ending it. It's the fact of protecting people. Protecting little bitty innocent kids, you know. Nobody's trying to end the gangbanging because it's been going on for years and years, way since back in the 60s. And it ain't gonna stop, you know. But nobody's trying to stop it. They're just trying to, you know, trying to calm down on it because too many people are getting killed.
The white man trying to make money off of you. See, they reporting.
Welcome to 63rd Street, home turf of the Rolling 60s, part of the largest street gang in all of Los Angeles, a gang called the Crips.
What it means to the community it means terrorism, but nevertheless, you know what I'm saying? To us, it's just like, hey.
Meet Creeper, Lowdown, Little Creeper, and Mr. E-Bone.
I mean, we've been on TV.
We've been in the newspapers.
Everywhere we go, we take over. It's just like we're a nightmare on somebody's street.
Like a plague.
They'd like you to believe that they're the worst thing to hit civilization since Attila the Hun, because on these streets, reputation is everything, whether it's earned or not.
That's what it is. After you hear so much about it, it gets into you if it's not already there. You know? It's like I said,
Now,
it's
what
the
do you
love.
do? What do you do that makes people so fearful?
We can walk into a place and that'll make people fearful, just knowing that it's rolling 60s.
The name itself.
And what it carries behind it.
What does it carry behind it?
It carries dirt, carries murder, carries whatever you want.
Treachery. Just pure treachery. Nightmare.
Is the whole thing about being who's the toughest, who's the strongest? Is it that simple?
Is that simple?
It's like
power.
Yeah, it's a show power.
But doesn't being in a gang make you more of a target and more likely to be into some kind of trouble?
More
You
likely,
can stop
but
gangbanging, but you still gonna always have Crip in your heart.
And there's trouble wherever you go.
Regardless if you Crippin' or not.
That's right. Just like these innocent people that's getting shot. They just stand in Crip neighborhoods or blob neighborhoods, and they getting blasted on.
If you take away the difference in the colors, the blue and the red, you take away the difference in location, what is the difference between Crips and Bloods?
Bloods is cowards.
That's
cowards.
Say that again?
Cowards.
Who's cowards?
Bloods.
What's that?
Slobs.
You don't say the word Bloods. Why not?
Cause that's what they say.
They
cowards.
slobs. Right here, it's me, West Side 60s, Little Lowdown. Right here, R.I.P. means rest in peace, my homegirl Tricky. This is Fry, Pee Wee, Speedy, Snow, Kings, Demon. You know, Kings, that's a gang, Kings gang. That's, you know, and they crossed them out.
What do you mean they crossed them out?
They crossed them out because they want to kill them. That's what they mean when they cross somebody out. They want to get rid of them.
This red line?
Yeah, that line all the way through.
Why is it important to have the graffiti?
It's not. It's important. It's like to be known as a person, you know? To have your name up there as a person. That's what it is.
Does it make you big?
No. It just makes people know who you are. You know, they roll by. If they look at the wall, they see your name on the wall. Oh, that's the homie. They just roll by and see the wall. That's how it is.
And often, that's all there is. Just names on a wall. The living and the dead. Neighborhood history in spray paint.
If you can notice now, the younger generation is coming up. Like my homeboy said, there's little kids out there now. And the only thing they hear is rolling 60s, because that's where it's at. Numero uno. You know what I'm saying? That's where it's at. It can't stop us. I mean, another person is being born every day. Don't you know the other person is a Crip? He's coming up as a Crip. That's the first thing that come out of his mouth is rolling 60s. There's kids now, you go down Bryanhurst talking about, I want to see a rolling 60s. That's all they know. They know rolling 60s better than they know schoolwork. That's the neighborhood. That's the mentality that they're growing up with.
Crash 42, you'll have to stop the vehicle. Crash 51 advises they're in a plain vehicle. I've got a visual on them now.
We sell semi-automatic pistols, revolvers. We sell semi-automatic rifles and pump shotguns, single-shot shotguns. We sell the works.
Her name is Leigh Douglas. She runs one of the biggest gun shops in Los Angeles.
This is 223 AR-15. This shoots up to 40 rounds.
This is a pistol.
This is a pistol, 22 caliber.
Right.
It shoots a 22 bullet.
How many?
100. 100. 100 rounds.
Semi-automatic?
Semi-automatic pistol. This is a 9mm semi-automatic Uzi. It shoots.
This is what the Israelis use in war.
Yes. That's what they said.
And you sell these?
Yes, we do.
I'm sorry. Who buys an Uzi?
What?
In Los Angeles?
Well, just about anybody. Customers. Old, young, they buy them for protection.
What do they tell you?
They say they're frightened. they need more rounds. 38 revolvers shoot 6 times. And they feel it's not enough for them, the way the crime is out there on the streets now. They want something that shoot more rounds.
What would you possibly hunt with a gun like that?
Oh, ducks.
Ducks?
Yeah, rabbits.
Rabbits. And that's, what did you say? That was a
bullpup.
Home protection?
Yeah, home protection shotgun.
But honest now, gang guys are coming in here buying this.
Well, we can't say who is a gang man. We don't know who gangs are. We don't know who comes in here and buy a gun. We don't ask you, are you a gang member? I don't know if they're gangs or what. All I know, people come in and they ask for Uzi.
Man, don't take my picture of me, man.
People come in and ask for AR-15. As long as they got the proper identification and they fill out a 4473 form and answer all those questions, no. We don't stand up here and question a customer. What do you want the gun for? Who are you? Are you a gang member? That's not our job. That little gun right there, that 22, is $79.99. That's a 6-shot. What's more so now, we're having more older people buying guns and then we are younger people, because the older people are frightened.
Of the gangs?
They're frightened of gangs, whoever. They're frightened.
Can I ask you why you're buying this gun?
House protection.
House protection?
Sure.
That's a serious problem here, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm right where I live at.
Is that the gangs?
I don't know. I'm just getting prepared, man. Protect my family, that's all.
Do you ever think when you read the paper and somebody's dead, you ever wonder about where that gun came from?
Yes, I wonder about it. I think about it. I wonder if it came from the store that I work. I wonder about it a lot of times. It gets next to me. But still, and yet I have to knock that out of my mind because it's still my job. I've been selling guns here for 15 years, and I'm just about over that, but it still bothers me because I can get shot with one of the guns that I sold. I can walk out the door and get shot. So it worries me, yes. But this is my job, and I get paid to do it.
The youth coming up has no value on life. That's the bottom line, no value on life. They can go drive by and do a shooting, and get up the next morning and eat their Cheerios and think nothing of it.
Sooner or later, most gang members meet up with someone like parole officer Pete De La Pena, because sooner or later, most gangbangers wind up in jail.
This is what I don't want to see, is photographs like this. It's all about dope, it's all about money. That's what I see it, okay? And that's what it says.
De La Pena is assigned to a special gang unit that makes frequent surprise visits to parolees, trying to hassle them straight with the threat of being locked up again.
You did run-bys that you would shoot at people. Do the people in the gang feel any kind of remorse? Do they feel sad about that? Or is it just you lose sight of that, you just shoot and you go on your merry way?
Well, the way I thought when I was a gangbanger would have been to say, oops. It was just a big oops. Didn't really, I didn't want it to happen, but it happened that way. So,
But no big deal, basically.
Yeah, that's how it would be. No big deal.
Now, if I can turn someone around from doing that, this person has a concept of life. If it's custody, if it's fear of me, he has some fear. It better him have fear of me or fear of parole supervision, but have a feeling.
Fear of something.
Fear of something. You need to find out exactly where you're working at now, the new job you got.
Most of De La Pena's cases are lost causes. Only about 30% show promise of turning their lives around. De La Pena believes that Ron, a veteran of prison life, has a chance.
How old were you when you first went to jail?
13.
How old were you when you first used your weapon?
13.
You shot someone?
I don't know. I shot at someone, but I don't know if I shot him or not. If someone come in your neighborhood, shoot one of your homeboys, kill them or just injure them, then that would be a cause to go out and call for revenge. Cross out your neighborhood on a wall. Or even cross out your name on the wall,
Does that seem absurd to you now? The idea that someone crossing out a name on a wall or wearing the wrong color?
It's silly. I don't own the street. So, but yet I'm out here fighting for this street. Like, I bought this street and this street is mine and you can't touch it, But I'm out here shooting, killing people over a street that I don't even own.
This is a melting pot. The bottom's burning out. This is what it is. We have to look at it that way. But at the same time, we have to be strong and set some standards, some rules that we're going to play by. And the rules that they are spelling out to us aren't the rules to go by.
Yep. Anybody see anything on television about gangs?
I think I did.
You see anything in the streets?
No. Yeah, I did at my park.
What did you see?
My friend Greg got shot in the arm.
How old is your friend Greg?
I think he's 14.
14? What?
In dozens of schools, Dale Stewart is known as a gang fighter, part of a community campaign against gang violence.
The program is based on the premise joining a gang could be a very bad experience. It provides youth with alternatives to joining gangs, and it gives them a realistic view of the harsh nature of gang life.
Can someone tell me what is a gang? Yes, sir.
A group of people that's involved in auto theft and crimes.
Excellent. Couldn't have said it better myself. A gang is a group of people involved in crime. Now you're probably saying, well, Mr. Stewart, what type of crimes are gangs involved in? Good question, young lady. So I brought along the top 20. Arson, assault, attempted murder, burglary, drunkenness, extortion, grand theft auto, grand theft, inhaling poisons, human intimidation of witnesses, kidnapping, murder, narcotics, organized crime, rape, receiving stolen property, robbery, sex crime, shooting into an inhabited dwelling, and vandalism. Top 20 crimes committed by gangs.
This is one of 15 weekly sessions given by Stewart to 4th through 6th graders.
Now, there's another very important message for you on that board that says, if you do the crime, you will do the time.
They don't look like gangsters to me.
Well, we try to reach them before they become involved in gangs. That is the key. This is a prevention program, not an intervention program.
10 years of age? I mean, is it realistic to start talking to them about gangs at 10 years of age?
I've had 9-year-olds be arrested for burglary, vandalism, grand theft, robbery.
9-year-olds.
It is never too early and hopefully not too late.
How many of you do know somebody who belongs to a gang? How many of you know somebody in the 6th grade who belongs to a gang, runs with a gang? About the same number. That's most of you, isn't it?
I would say we probably have anywhere from 7 to 9 identifiable gangs on campus.
Richard Banton is principal of Roosevelt Middle School.
SSC is Southside Crip, and of course RIP is Rest in Peace. And if you're the principal and the graffiti goes up, then that means the gang activity is going up in the neighborhood, and you have to know about it to have peace in your school. Dur is a young man that got killed last year. He was a high school student when he got killed.
But a former student?
Former student, yeah.
Do you know of anybody who's died because of being in gang or because of gangs?
Yes.
You do? How many?
A whole bunch. If somebody that you know in a gang, you can get killed like as an innocent victim.
Do you know of anybody who's been killed by a gang?
Where I used to live, a man shot a baby because of a man was in a gang.
We're not going to talk about that word today. We're going to talk about all the other things in this world to do besides being a hoodlum. If you go to school, get a good education, get your high school diploma, you can join the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, Marines. You can go to college. You can go to UCLA, USC, Yale, Ohio State, Penn State. But please, please, don't go to the state pen.
Before I say goodbye, my friends and I like to sing you a song. Hit it, boys.
All right. 1, 2, ready? Where anger is a must. You won't know who to trust.
Stop and think a while.
It's really not your style.
I was nobody, hanging out on the streets.
In the gangs, running from the police, dope selling.
Where would you be if you weren't here?
Maybe either in jail or maybe dead.
You know, luckily, Mr. Sinclair gave them an opportunity, and most of them are proving themselves.
Sinclair take the ones that don't nobody want, because he got the heart to deal with them. Just hold him there. Just hold him.
50-year-old Baxter Sinclair didn't intend to become a savior. He just wanted to stop the theft of equipment from his construction sites. So he hired gang members as guards, and a couple of funny things happened. Nothing got stolen, and some of the gang members asked Sinclair if they could have real jobs.
This is the type of kid that has been on a dead-end street, and now he's found a way out.
making the 15 and 20 bucks an hour. So he balances that against losing his life on the streets, selling the dope. He really has no business out in the street gang banging or doing anything. He's now a productive member of our society. Cut him, let's go. Give me another piece of timber here, John.
John Black was the first gang member Sinclair hired 4 years ago.
But when I was out there in the streets, I feel like, gang banging was the thing, the way to go and everything. And to me now, gang banging ain't worth it. If I could live my life all over, I would never do it again.
Good.
Yes, sir.
Why do you do it? Why do you hire gangbangers?
We work in areas that it requires tough people to function on this type of work. And I have found them not afraid of the work. I found them loyal.
20-year-old David Hudson is a newcomer. After a month of training, this is his first day on a construction site.
These start us off about $8 an hour. We can go up to $13 an hour or $22 an hour.
Is that better than the street?
Yes.
How?
Don't have to worry about no police bothering you or somebody coming by trying to kill you, like that. It's just better for us, now that we work, we ain't got to hang out no more. And we making fair money now.
All the guys I seen that get jobs that was gang banging, they get a job, when they get their first paycheck, all of them, they change for the best. They don't want to hang out on the street no more.
Wait a minute and we'll pull the time.
Sinclair's success story is decidedly mixed. For every gang member who makes it, one fails. And the ones who do succeed need to keep looking over their shoulders.
And as soon as the car cut the corner, the dudes just open fire.
A week earlier, 19-year-old Leonard Frank was a success story at the Sinclair Corporation, a gang member who'd been straight for nearly a year. Then he returned to the old neighborhood and became one more victim of LA's notorious drive-by shootings. The bullets damaged his spine. He doesn't know if he'll ever walk again.
The thing that hurt me the most is when innocent people get shot. Little 6-year-old girl got shot. That hurts me.
Weren't you an innocent person?
Well, I can't say that. Right then I was innocent. Right then on the spot I was innocent. I was innocent then on the spot.
But,
I guess what I did in the past, comes up in the future,
And now, younger members of Leonard's old Lime Street gang are being brought to his bedside for a lesson. Remember 17-year-old Bruce, Dusty Loco? He was there too.
Little guy's tough.
I'm trying hard to get out of a game, but it's so hard that I have to watch my back, and then somebody mess with you, like somebody come and ask you where you from. To me, if I say, well, I don't gangbang no more, it's like I'm a punk. It seems like I'm a punk when I say that. That's why it's so hard to get out of a gang. That's how it is.
Well, there's gonna have to be a change. The same way you were bold enough to get into the gang, you're gonna have to face being called a coward. You're gonna have to find a job and make some more money so that you can get out of that environment and make a change. That's all. That's it. Oh, that's the only answer, son. That's the only answer.
You can change if they willing to. See, some of them say the work is too hard. The hardest work I've seen is gangbang. I didn't think positive, not negative. When you gangbang, you thinking negative. Think positive. That's all.